Good evening.
Oh, hi. Good, good evening.
Good evening, and welcome to the Sonic Boom post show. That is nothing to do with Halloween.
Welcome to the Sonic Boom Post Show, where instead of drawing what I was supposed to be drawing, I'm probably going to be drawing Nicole.
45. 45 post shows.
No, you are wrong. Not 45 post shows, probably about 40 post shows.
Ah, ah, ah.
There were no post shows for episodes 1 episodes 1 to 5, or sometime around then. It was not set up like that. Why am I still doing this stupid Dracula voice?
Gary Chuck.
Well, I mean, at least the good news is it does seem like...
Well,
the good news is that it does seem like there will be more new episodes premiering. All we know is, according to the TV listings, up to next week, the last episode title listed is next week's, and that's going to be the last new episode listed in the TV listings. However, before you jump into the hiatus bandwagon, that's because the next episodes, the next episode premieres haven't been added to the listings yet because they're out of the range. That and also the episode guide hasn't updated yet, but it's looking like it may very well do so within the next week or so. That said, and considering the fact that the TV listings do mention a slot for Boom with no episode title, but actually the general vague synopsis of the continuing event, Sonic and Friends combat villains in Dr. Eggman, etc., etc., I'm pretty certain that they are going to have more episodes added to the episode guide and the dates. So odds are the new episodes are going to continue into November. I think it's pretty much a definite now because there are not that many more episodes left. And it would be very, very, very stupid for Cartoon Network to decide, hey, there's 2 episodes left. Why don't we just do a hiatus?
So, hiatus confirmed. Here's what we're saying. We will have to wait and see, I guess, as to what's going on.
I think it would be nice if Cartoon Network aired the last 2 new episodes in one Saturday airing, like they did at the beginning of the season. That'd be nice, because there's really no point in holding off a whole week for one more episode. It's better off just airing the episode 51 and 52 in the same week, to be honest, because there's just no point. But it's Cartoon Network, so I mean, of course they're going to air it each week still. But yeah, it's looking very likely that mid-November, as a matter of fact, November 14th will likely be the season finale airing of Boom. Also, we're probably going to get the Fuzzy Puppies episode in 2 or 3 weeks, along with the Cabin Fever episode. So there's 2 episodes that have been very, very hyped and very known. They're probably the only 2 episodes we really knew, other than the Translate This episode, that we actually had any idea of before Boom even aired, and premiered. So it'll be interesting to finally see these episodes in action now, after seeing them at Sonic Boom and after all the build-up that's happened with the series in the past year. So, but those should be coming up after next week, so it'd be like 2 and 3 weeks from now that those 2 episodes will air respectively. So it's almost time for Fuzzy Puppies.
You sound so excited for that. It's kind of mysterious.
Puppies! Well, it's mostly because of what we know from the script reading that they had at the Boom convention last year. So
I totally ignored.
yeah, that's the only reason why people really know about Cabin Fever and the Fuzzy Puppies convention episode, because they read a small portion of those 2 episodes at the Boom event a year ago. So mostly just it was really just the beginning, though, like what set up the plot. So
So, Donnie, what was your highlight, and what did you think of the episodes are?
I think the highlight for me was Tails.
Sorry, I just dropped my drink. What? While I get a paper towel, please.
He said the highlight was
why.
Tails, Kevin.
Please explain why. This is unheard of.
Okay, the reason why I thought Tails was the highlight in this was, although Knuckles did make me laugh a few times, Tails was basically the shining character here. I really did feel for Tails in this whole thing. And it was really nice to see him, have boundaries. Like, he wasn't trying to offend Knuckles and hurt his feelings. Although he was being honest, he doesn't want to be rude and disrespectful. And he was a good way for Knuckles to play off of. If it weren't for him, Knuckles would not have had those funny lines. Because all the funny moments that Knuckles really had were because of something that he was responding to Tails on. So it really wouldn't have been as great of an episode if Tails hadn't been there. So Tails was the highlight for me. There you go. I know I shocked everyone because I'm used to saying Knuckles is the highlight or Eggman is the highlight.
I was waiting for you to subvert it.
Yeah, it was actually Tails.
Kevin wasn't.
Kevin
does not compute. I may have to go back to hospital.
So let me just put it this way.
My brain is fried.
So, let me put it this way. It's an episode not made by Reed Harrison, and Tails was the highlight. Hell is frozen over, ladies and gentlemen.
But again, though, Romain's episodes have all been good episodes.
Yeah, they've all been good episodes. I'm amazed. And it's like we've said time and time again. We may have had that one episode that really rubbed us off the wrong way, a couple months ago. But look at how we've been feeling since. We're
strong, very strong.
Yeah, it's every show is gonna have its up and downs. The thing is, though, is that this show has a lot of ups. I'm really amazed at how many it has, and it's just showing no signs of ending anytime soon.
There's something about something about the episodes that Romain does, which are they're character based, and they're sort of looking at character relationships a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, we had the relationship between Sonic and Eggman, and what makes Sonic Sonic and what makes Eggman Eggman for the Meteor. We had Eggheads was all about, okay, what if I make your friends my friends? And and this episode was about, it was partially about, what do you do when your friend's actually very, very bad at something, isn't helping?
Yeah.
And how do you tell them? Whilst at the same time, obviously, doing what you do best. It was, and they're all kind of fresh episodes in the series. They're not really treading on anything else. And yeah, that's really good stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
and it was nice to see that Tails had another sort of good ending too. I mean, his robot did get destroyed, but he still technically won. I mean, it wasn't
Tails
won against Eggman again.
Yeah, although Eggman did officially win the competition
for nothing really, because he didn't win any prizes.
No, he won bragging rights.
Yeah, that's all he won. So honestly, it didn't really have that much merit, and it seems to me like he just didn't give a crap.
He was making a point.
Yeah,
there was some good new design in that as well. in the episode, wouldn't you say, guys? Because we had the arena, which I believe is new.
Yeah, that was new.
We had, new...
I thought the arena was actually just a reused version of the circus set from the Circus
It
Splendor.
probably is.
Well, you wouldn't have been able to tell. Like, it wasn't easy to notice because they focused primarily on the ring. And the audience was...
Those graphics! the Versus graphics, how fantastic were they? Absolutely bang on. Why couldn't we have those renders, by the way?
Had to be those. Hand Kevin those. He has a nice website
character
to put them.
renders with just the various characters and the different... just the lady goat pose I thought was great. The sort of like the
it's a lot better. It reminds me, honestly, it reminds me of the episode, like that little mini arc in Sonic X where they had that tournament for Chaos Emeralds and stuff. But here it was a lot more. You could really tell like the difference between the two series and the writing directions and just how different the approach was. Like that episode was like that little arc with the tournament in Sonic X was basically along the lines of, here's an episode, oh look, character wins because other character, has a flaw, that kind of... They took that tournament a lot more seriously. And the only real bit of humor was Amy having an outburst when whenever she was involved in the show, like in the tournament. Here, on the other hand, it was a goofy, wacky, that's what I expect from Sonic. It still had the action. To be fair, it still had the action because there was Tails and Dave, that fight, and then there was a bit somewhat with Tails and Eggman. I mean, it wasn't all, wacky and stuff, but it was the emphasis basically. It's like the Formula Sonic where it's a platform with an emphasis on speed. It still has the basic premise of being comedy, but I do like that little nod to action every once in a while. It's nice to see, and it's the right balance, right way I would expect Sonic to be, and especially Sonic Boom with the way they've been going about it. Like, I love how it was, and this episode really did show just all the potential Sonic Boom has, and just how great it is, in my opinion.
Kat, was there anything that stood out for you? Any moments that you really enjoyed?
I think the big one, which was those beautiful battle renders just described, but that entire conversation between Tails and Knuckles, and everybody who is hearing it is on Knuckles' side.
Yeah.
Actually, everybody in the episode is surprisingly positive towards Knuckles. Even when they have that conversation on, did he really try to invent a turkey sandwich? There is a surprising amount of support for Knuckles.
I think my favourite lines of the show were actually from Knuckles, and were the end of that scene where he launches into a sales pitch for his turkey sandwich invention.
I know, I'm quite fond of shots fired, dang son.
Yeah.
Dang son.
Again, we must ask how Nika is producing these sounds from her throat.
That
must.
Nika, how do you make noises? It's something to do with the vocal cords.
I am genuinely worried she hurt herself on that.
Dang son.
Because that was just no. But first of all, sticks shouldn't be making noises like that. Second of all, no one should be making noises like that. It's just not right.
It's okay.
That was perhaps the best thing I've ever heard come from Styx's mouth in this entire season.
Entire seas.
Yes. I just don't even.
But
That was
actually,
just.
it's good. Everyone got some words. Everyone got some lines. That was nice.
Six got one line. Well,
Two lines, two very short lines. But hey, at least she featured in the episode. Oh boy. Anything that sort of stood out in the other direction? You thought, well, that's a bit. Maybe out of place.
It was one of the flaws that I think we felt Sonic Boom had, like midway through the season, was that it wasn't really going, all out with any new settings. That has changed quite a bit since then. We had the location with Metal Sonic in the last episode. We've had this arena for the tournament. We had the stadium concert area where Justin Bieber's concert was at. We've had a lot of new locations now since then. And I'm really glad. We had this place with Comedy Chimp's talk show. There was a lot of things we got to see that we hadn't seen before in just these past 10, 15 episodes. And it's a huge contrast between the large reusing of settings that they had, like midway through, like the crater. Things have changed so much.
Well, that's been reused so much is that there's actually 3 different versions of it.
I want more of the crater. The crater is my favourite character, but I think this is not quite what Kevin was asking. I think he was looking for stuff he didn't like.
I know, but to be fair, that was something I had down the back of my mind after mentioning the marina earlier. As for things I didn't like, some people, in regards to things people I don't think didn't like, some people didn't exactly like the berating Sonic and friends were doing on Tails. I'm pretty sure that was
but that's
serious.
like the entire series.
It's not serious. Like, they weren't being serious about it. That's the thing.
They weren't being serious. They were having one of the most natural bits of conversation I've ever heard, even considering they were basically saying catchphrases. People do that.
Yeah, I think if we're worried, if we're only starting to worry now about Tails and the Tails gets no respect.
Yeah, about that. Like, the thing for me is, like, people were saying that they didn't like that part where Sonic, Amy, and Styx were just berating Tails when Tails and Knuckles were going at each other for joining the competition. And it's like, no, they weren't being serious. That's the thing. And friends, if there's one thing I've learned, it's friends, like, people, like, friends I know, like, on SP or stuff like that, we do that all the time. It's nothing new, and it's not supposed to be serious. It's not. It's not serious. I think that's the big difference. Like, they weren't sounding like they were being serious either. They were, just, making fun of the lines Knuckles was saying and, shots fired and all that like that. But you see that on Twitter and Facebook all the time, I think that was supposed to be, like, a representation of social media and how people react to...
Yeah. At the same time, that is so... With the things that we use and stuff, again, you've got to think of who is this being aimed at?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Again?
Like, I even said... Yeah, it's like I said in the commentary. Like, again, I think it's showing that the kids aspect of this kind of drifted away. But I mean, like, the point I was getting at is, like, their berating of Tails wasn't serious. That really baffles me as to how, like, they see that as not being funny and not being good, but just the guy apparently isn't any problem. I don't know, but either way. That wasn't serious. They were just joking around. And you could tell because of their tone. So, yeah, pretty much. But anyway. As for stuff that I don't think there was really anything I didn't like. I mean, I can't really think of anything that I didn't like about it. I I mean, like it's like I had something I didn't like in the Metal Sonic episode, but not really so much this one. There wasn't. It's kind of like the Battle of the Boy Bands episode. I didn't really see all that much I hated.
There was nothing particularly out of place. Actually,
No.
I couldn't see anything that was like apart from the okay, who are we marketing this at again? I didn't really. There wasn't anything like especially wrong or anything like that.
Yeah, there's nothing that really stood out to me. Oh, go ahead.
I felt like the actual like robot battle segment could have had like music for the individual fights.
Yeah, it almost felt like it needed some background music, that didn't it?
It's like you were presenting it too realistically without the sound. We can feel the awkward. We're not supposed to feel the awkward.
Actually, there was one thing. Dave's robot and Dave were too good to go out in the first round. I wanted at least some more Dave. Really, we could have seen some because that Dave's one was like effective. Although you know we've got to question what the hell with Lady Goat's poo dye or whatever it is.
Poo dye. Puppy.
The poodle of death.
Puppy.
Well, it's a robot monkey that claps that goes up against a flipping dog.
Yes, and it explodes.
So the opposite stroke is they're both toys.
Yes,
Puppy.
but then it keeps exploding things. So what has she put in it? And does it breach the Geneva Convention? More to the point. Does
Any robot that you use in a fight really breaches Geneva Convention.
No, it doesn't. But actually, does Geneva even exist in the Sonic universe?
Puppy.
Shut up, Donnie.
I would say respect the Geneva Convention anyway.
Yeah, you probably should, as a rule.
And
Because
now
it is.
and now Kev has joined the Shut Up Donnie Club.
Yeah,
He has!
But that, in fairness, that was rightfully deserved.
But
Because all you were doing was just going, puppy, puppy, puppy.
Puppy! Puppy!
But
Puppy.
puppies. The puppy was
Puppy.
adorable though.
Puppy!
Shut the pair of you.
Kitten!
But the puppy was adorable. Explosive and destructive, but adorable.
Oh god.
Hey, you're so cute. Boom.
Hey there, little Philboom.
I'm trying to think if there was I don't think there was anything else. The locking the sequence into a safe and firing the safe out into the sea. Why?
I don't know.
I don't know either. But yeah, all in all, very good episode, I thought.
Yeah, same. One of my favorites.
It's one of those ones that felt that it could have been a lot more. If you know what I mean. There's definitely ways that episode could have been improved, and not just with time. There are things that could improve it, but at the same time, for what we received, more than happy to watch that. That was good.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. And yes, wants some sort of just that entire graphical sequence to be used for Sega All Stars Fighter. Whenever that comes up, just that entire stuff, just rip it off entirely, please.
Yeah. I mean, compared to some other episodes, this one was very good.
Oh dear, excuse me.
But yeah.
Right. Is there anything anyone else would like to add?
I'm still waiting for the final. Like, I think after next week or so, I think we'll know all the episode titles by then. I think it's getting to the point now where we're almost at that point now where all the episode titles are going to be said, and I do think next week could be at the earliest when we find out. It's going to depend largely on what exactly gets updated on the episode guide on Tap to It, because last time they only added in 4 more episode titles, and if they add in 4 more episode titles here, we're only going to have up to episode 50, so there'd be like an episode or 2 missing. And I really do hope that they don't have that and actually do include all 6 episodes. But either way, we'll find out well, actually it's 7, but either way, we'll find out. I've completely lost track of... No, it's 6. Oh, is it? Yeah. Wait, I said 7 episodes to go in the commentary when it's actually 6. Oh, jeez.
So anyway, that's the end of the show.
On that note...
Before we go, here is Kat's latest drawing.
No, there isn't.
There is retroactively for editing, which is of Kirk Thornton playing Orbot at chess.
And because of that, I'm going to draw something else.
Kirk Thornton playing Orbot at chess. Anyway, I think it's time to say goodbye, guys.
Yeah.
Say goodbye, Kat.
Yep.
Goodbye.
Say that you'll miss everyone, Donnie.
I'll miss all of you, but I'll miss the puppies most of all.
You can't change his mind on that, Kevin. It's not
I'm
worth it.
trying to change his mind on it. I just wanted it.
That's what I'm saying. It's not worth it.
But the puppy was adorable in this episode. I can't help it. It was adorable.
Bad puppy.
Guys, come over here. Look. I don't know what the hell to do at this point, apart from just say goodbye. And if I leave quietly, they might not notice. So I'm going to say to you guys at home, bye-bye for now. And I'm going to leave you. And if they keep talking about nonsense, then so be